Hello students, I am Prakash Mishra and today I am going to teach you about tense. What is tense? Tense, something that tells us about when the action took place. Means, suppose there is some tense. He plays cricket. He played cricket. Both things are telling about the time when the action played took place. Means he plays cricket. This is the verb of present. He played cricket. Means the action taken place already. So tense is the time which is described by verb according to the forms of verb. Means suppose this is present, this is past participle, played, the action that has been done already. So tense is the time which is described by verb. Now there are three tenses. Present tense, second past tense, and third one is future tense. And each of them has four subparts. Simple, it is also called indefinite. Continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. So there are three tenses: present, past, and future. Each have four parts: simple or indefinite, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Now let's read about them separately. Present tense. It tells that the work is done at the time of speaking or around the time of speaking. It tells about an action or state of present time. Means when some action or action takes place at present, we use their present tense. Now its part are present, indefinite, it is also called simple present. Here we read about a habitual action of present, universal truth, or something that takes place at the time of speaking. As he goes for a walk daily. What does the sentence suggest? It is suggesting that he goes for a walk daily, means it is his habit. He does it often, means he does it daily. They play in the evening. What do? They play in the evening, means it is their habit or it is their action of the time of speaking. Now it also tells about the universal truths, as the earth moves around the sun. It is a fact that the earth moves around the sun. So, what is telling? It is a universal truth. The sun rises in the east. So, what does it say? The sun rises in the east. Means it is also a universal truth. It also suggests an event or something that is planned to be happen in near future, means which is just going to be about. Example, ICC Cricket World Cup begins next week. It means the World Cup will start next week, but it is pre-planned, it is scheduled, and it is in early future. So we will use here simple present or present indefinite. Now, how we have to form the sentence, where we have to put subject or where we have to put verb, we will read in this structure. Structure of sentence. First we will put subject, first form of verb. It is also called root form of the verb. Then S or ES according to the need, and then object, and then other words. SRES, there is one thing, SRES, where we have to use S or where we have to use ES, it depends on the word, what is going to be there. And SRES is used with singular subject only. If there is singular subject in sentence, then we will use SRES. Otherwise, we will use only first form of verb. Suppose as he takes his meal. So he is a singular subject here. We have used take plus S. We have added here S. And if we change the subject, we are using here you. You take your meal. When we use you for singular, you or they, these both are plural subject. So we will use here only take. We will not add S here. So this was how we make sentence in present indefinite. And this is simple sentence, not negative or interrogative. If we have to make interrogative or negative sentence, what we will have to do? Let's see. Negative sentence. This is not only for present indefinite or simple present. We can apply this rule in all tenses. In all tenses of negative and interrogative sentence. What we have to do? First subject, then helping verb, helping verb of particular tense which we are going to make. Then not, after that verb. Now the form of verb differ according to the tense. Means if we are using, we are making negative or present indefinite, we will use first form of verb. We are making negative sentence of present perfect, then we will have to use the third form of verb. It depends on the tense that of that you are making the sentence. Then object and other verb. Example. I don't know. So what we have used do. Do and does are the helping verb used in present indefinite. Do is used with I, you and all plural subjects. While does, it is used with all single subjects. I is also single subject, but we don't use does with it. We use do here. Okay? And this rule, it is applicable in all tenses. Suppose we are making negative sentence of present continuous, then we will have to use here is and are. Making negative sentence of present perfect, we will use here has had. It depends upon tense. Now interrogative sentence. How we will make interrogative sentence? Let's see. There are two types of interrogative sentence. The first one is where we have to only answer yes or no, and the second type where we have to explain the reason or explain time, explain manner. So there are basically two types of interrogative. In first type, the structure of sentence will be like helping verb. After that, subject. In affirmative and negative, in simple and negative, we use subject plus helping verb. But here we will use first helping verb, then subject, then verb. After that, object, then other word. So this will be, and at last we have to use question mark, interrogation mark. So this will be the structure for interrogative sentence in every tense, not only in present continuous or present indefinite. Helping verb is a helping verb of that particular tense. Suppose we are making interrogative sentence, first type interrogative of present indefinite or simple present. Does he do his work daily? So here what we will have to answer yes or no. I don't know that he does his work daily or not. So if someone asks you a question, do you work your daily, you will have to only answer yes or no. And this was the first type. And when we make second type of interrogative sentence, we will have to use the question word. What is used in that sentence? All are first. First we will write the question word, then helping word, subject, verb, object and other words. Example, why does he hate you? So here someone is asking about why does he hate you. So here we can't answer yes or no. Yes, he hates me, or no, he do not hate me. He does not hate me. So here we will have to give a complete answer. That's why we call it second type of interrogative, having question word. So this was present indefinite. Now we will start present continuous. Present continuous tense. This tense suggests a sentence and action that has started and which is going on at the time of speaking, or which is pre-planned and just going to be, means just going to take place. For example, he is calling you. Means at the moment of speaking, at the time of speaking, what is he doing? He is calling you. And second type means something is planned and you are just going to do that. For example, they are going to attend a function. Here they are not attending function, but they have decided and they have planned that they are going to, means they have made their intention to attend the function. So what we find here, that an action which is happening at the time of speaking. And structure for present continuous is subject plus helping verb. We use is and are here as helping verb. So is and are plus first form of verb plus ing, or we can say present participle. Plus object plus other verb. And I have told you how to make negative and interrogative, so it will be like that. Now where we have to use is, where we have to use am, and where we have to use are. First is, we will use it with our singular subject. Except I, we will not use is with I, because separate helping verb am is given for that, and with I, and are with all plural subject, all plural subjects. Okay. So this is structure of present continuous, and these are the helping verbs that we use in present continuous. Now there are some verbs that we generally do not use in this present continuous, because they are the verb of sense and verb of approach, like the verb, some verbs don't use in present continuous. For example, seen. It is related to our sense that we can sense it. These words: seem, appear, measure, and hear, see, etc. These verbs are not used generally in present continuous. We will not use a sentence that he is seeming weak. This is wrong. We will use here he seems weak. Seems weak. This is correct. Okay. Now we will read about present perfect tense. The third part of present tense is present perfect tense. A work that has been completed in present tense means a work started and completed in present tense. We will use their present tense as I have taken my dinner. So what does it show? Means I have taken means the work of taking my dinner I have completed it in present, not very ago, not a long period of time that I had taken my dinner in 2005. No, I have taken my dinner means I have just taken or just a few minutes, few hours time. Okay. So the sentence, the structure of this sentence would be subject plus has or had, depends on subject, what the subject is. Then third form of verb. It is also called perfect participle, past perfect participle. Okay. Participle plus object plus other verb. This will be the structure for this sentence as he has completed his work. So the subject is he, helping verb has because he is singular subject. Completed, the third form of verb, his work. It is object here. So we will use has with all plural subject, and have with I, you, and all other plural subject. Sorry, this will be used with all singular subject. And here all plural subject. And negative and interrogative of this sentence will be same as I have told you, that subject plus helping verb, then not, then main verb, then object. And for making interrogative, we will use helping verb before the subject, then subject, and then if it is negative, we will use not there. Now, the last part of present tense is present perfect tense. An action that has been started at a moment in present tense and is still going on means it is started in present tense at a different moment, definite or different, not sure, but it is started in present at a moment and is still going on in same time means in present. There we will use present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous tense. As he has been reading this book since 5 a.m. means he has been reading, he has started reading this book at 5 a.m. and is still reading. The verb reading of book was started at 5 a.m. and he is still reading. So that's why we have used here present continuous tense. The structure of the sentence will be subject, then has or had according to subject, as I told you earlier, then being. In present perfect we use only has or had. In present perfect continuous we use has, had plus been, and one more thing, first form of verb plus ing, which is also what it is called. It is present participle. Then object and other words. I have been, example, waiting for you for 2 hours. Okay. So means I had started waiting for you before 2 hours and I am still waiting for you. Now I have used 2 words since and for. Now let's learn where we have to use since and where we have to use for. Since for definite time means time of clock, time of the specific time of day means morning, evening, afternoon. These are specific time, and any special day, birthday, or any special month, any particular year, where we will use since as morning, 5 o'clock, and December 2019, 15th Jan, etc. And for it is used for definite indefinite time means here we have used 5 o'clock, if we change it 5 hours, now we will use far. And to December is name of month. When we calculate it as numbers, means for 3 months. 2019 is a specific year, means year, and when we calculate it as only number for 1 year, 2 year, etc. 15 January is a day, so we will calculate it as 15 days. So here we will use for in place of since. So this was all about present tense. Here we learn about present indefinite, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. In our next video, we will learn about past tense, that where we have to use past and what are the rules in past tense. All things we will learn in our next video. Thank you for watching.